What's good, everybody? This is EQ from La Familia Music Group, and we bring to you the What's Dope in the Slow podcast, and this episode is brought to you by A.REED from Keller Williams. And on this episode, I got the man himself, dude. You know, A.REED. What's going on, big brother?
Oh, same as always, just hustling away, man.
That's right, dude. So, we split this up into a couple of episodes. We
Appreciate
talked about the buying side of things. So, can you take us on the road on the selling part of things?
Yeah.
Like say I got a house or a property or something, land-wise, realtor, realtor A.REED. Walk me through the step of what I would do if I was trying to sell a house.
So first thing you want to do when you're trying to sell a house is call me. Like if you didn't call me the first step, you already messed up.
Where can they call you?
So 970-765-6546. If you want to get a hold of the best realtor in Colorado, you call that number.
That's the first mistake you make. You don't call A.REED.
Yep. So for me, the selling side, it's a seller's market. I mean, the cat's out of the bag. Everybody knows it's easy to be a seller in Colorado.
Yep.
For me, the question is, how much money do my clients want to make, and what is their time frame? Do we need to sell it in 30, 60 days, or is there no pressure to sell it, and if it doesn't sell, they can turn it into a rental? I'm very strategic. I'm one of those people that I invest in myself. I will take, I pay for negotiation classes. I take for, communication classes. I pay for, property pricing specialists. That way I can think in the mind of an appraiser when I'm coming up with an evaluation for a home.
Dope.
And I really like to use all those tools for my clients' benefit, So, and especially negotiations. That's one thing that I think a lot of people, you don't have to have an agent that does negotiations. You don't have to have an agent who does marketing and things like that.
Okay.
All you really need is an agent to do contracts for you.
Gotcha.
But it's like a Swiss Army knife. If you have an agent that does all those other things, it's better for you in the whole transaction.
100%.
So
I could see that.
Yeah. So the selling side in Colorado, homes, if you have the right property, there's always a buyer out there for it. It's just finding that right buyer. And I tell my sellers this all the time. You could get 100 people in there. You can only sell it to one.
Okay.
So we want to find that right buyer. And that's where you have to be cautious. I'm a big statistic guy. For people who don't know my background, I used to work at a local composite manufacturer.
Okay.
We made composite springs. I started out there. I worked my way up to the laboratory, became chief quality assurance and the lab technician. So I was really big into statistics.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah, so I kind of bring that analytical side of me into the real estate side. And so 1 out of every 3 transactions, 33% will fall out of contract. And
damn.
So that's a scary
big number, dude.
Yeah, so 1 out of 3 chance. So I tell my sellers, I say, hey, nothing's perfect.
Straight up.
Unless it's a cash deal, we're closing tomorrow, nothing's guaranteed.
Now I know why your phone doesn't stop ringing, dude. You got to keep on those deals.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, some of those will fall off.
Yeah, exactly. And I always tell people, not every transaction is meant to close. Sometimes they're meant to terminate. Sometimes you have a buyer who doesn't want a house. Sometimes you have a house that isn't fit for the buyer.
Right.
Sometimes a lender will say the house isn't fit for the buyer. So there's always different variables that could kind of, I don't want to say kill a transaction, but that could terminate it. And it's just making sure you have that representation to kind of navigate all of those hurdles.
No, that's dope, man, that you're talking about that, man. Because obviously when you're trying to sell, it's a different, it depends what you're trying to sell, and what you're looking for at the end of the day out of it, right? Because there's obviously you talked about people that want to make the most money out of it.
Exactly.
There's people that want to sell it tomorrow.
Exactly. And I always say it's not up to me and what I feel is best. I always say it's what my client wants. So there's times that there's a decision that's made and I disagree with it. But at the end of the day, I tell my clients, you're the driver, I'm the car. Whether I agree with the decision or not, I'm going to do what you say because it's your timetable, not mine. I'm not making your mortgage payment, Right. So if you need to sell it sooner, that's what we're going to go ahead and do. And I like how you said that every product's a little different, and that's why negotiations is important. Because if it's a brand new build, that's obviously easier to sell. But if you have an older home that needs repairs, you want that, that pit bull that's going to negotiate for you. I'm a pit bull when it comes to my money. I'm going to treat your money like my money. I don't like losing money, so I'm going to make sure you don't lose any money.
And that's when you get paid, right? Is when you sell a house.
Yeah.
Not, right?
It's
through the person that,
the seller.
So obviously, he's trying to, get
as much money.
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
And obviously be in the best benefit of what you're looking for.
Exactly. If I'm the seller, we're trying to, optimize your return. Right. If I'm your buyer's agent, I'm trying to get you the best deal possible.
Best deal possible.
And I like to say that, not every transaction is monetary based. I've won plenty of contracts off of being a lesser offer, but beating out on other contingencies.
Okay.
So let's say that there's another offer that's, let's just throw out random numbers. It's $10,000 over my client's offer, but we offer the seller to stay at the house for a few months for free, a few weeks for free.
Yeah.
That might be the deal breaker. There's always options. There's always solutions. There's ways to think outside the box.
Nah, dude, and I think you're the perfect guy to go to, man. Andrew Reed from Keller Williams.
Thank you.
Come on now.
So
no, you're really about your shit, man.
I appreciate that,
man.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
We're not, this guy really knows about his stats and all that, man.
Yeah, love it.
That's actually when I met you, man. I don't know if you were going to school for that or whatever it was, but dude, that's all you were into, dude. Statistics and all that, and I love that, man. Like you really know about. A little bit about everything, man.
I try to.
About everything.
Yeah, I try to.
Well, you got to stay smart, man, and keep hustling, learning new things, man.
Well, I just want to be the biggest asset to my clients. When my client reaches out and they need something, if I don't have the answer, I want to be able to have somebody in my circle who's going to be able to reach out and get it.
100%.
And we can kind of talk about like when you guys were looking for homes on the buying side of it and how much the market's changed. I mean,
ridiculous, man.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, we could. I remember when we were looking at homes, you could see 3 or 4 houses one day, and you had a couple days to make a decision. Now it's like one house will hit the market and you're going to have everybody on it and you better have an offer before you're even in the house just in case you do want it.
Hey, man, I'm glad you said that, dude, because that is so true, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And, I mean, especially we're talking Western Slope, right?
Yeah, little old Montrose.
Yeah, little old Montrose. And then, but honestly, this market is, I would say most places.
Yeah, I think
it's just people are buying.
Yeah.
So get on it.
And that's
also,
one thing.
If you're selling.
Yeah.
Get my boy.
And that's another good thing about, an agent like me on the listing side is I look for different types of buyers. For me, it's, you have, I always say up at the time. So there's investment firms out there that are retirement companies that instead of, purchasing stocks and bonds, they're investing in real estate. Right. So, if you have a listing agent with that kind of mindset, it just opens up the door for you to get many more buyers in there.
Right.
Granted, you can only sell it to one buyer, but I want to bring in as many buyers as possible. Yeah, no, I really do enjoy, working with buyers. I really enjoy working with sellers. I mean, the listing side of it's awesome. Like the marketing is fun. I have my marketing team going there. Man. Yeah, as I have the assistants behind us that help out with everything. So they take care of, a lot of the assistants with marketing and things like that too. So
you really got it like that. Huh?
Yeah, we got everything in place. So whenever somebody's ready to list their home, we're, ducks in a row. We line it up.
Andrew
we knock
Reed
them down.
At Keller Williams, dude.
Heck
Come on now. You're sleeping on my boy.
Yeah, if you ain't calling, that's your first mistake.
That's right. That's the first mistake. We talked about it.
Yeah. All you got to do, step 1, call me. Step 2, you're done. You just, I'll take care of the rest.
Yeah.
It's because selling is where you really optimize on your investment. It was when you sell, you're going to try and make as much as you can so you can roll that over to another investment.
Right.
Or you can do whatever your dream is. Maybe your dream is to buy this home, sell it, and then you're going to go live on a beach somewhere and open up like a scuba shack or something like that.
Man.
Yeah,
everybody's got different dreams, man.
Yeah, so and that's why I enjoyed the listing side. It's a little bit more analytical, more numbers, more risk assessment, risk management.
No, 100%, man. And I think that's why your phone doesn't stop ringing, dude.
I think it's time to make moves. I think anybody that wants to level up, that's ready to, that's tired of the status quo, tired of paying somebody else's mortgage with their rent, or if you're tired of paying your own mortgage in a house that you don't like, reach out and I can help you solve that problem. And I always tell people, it's not a race. You don't have to get to the finish line sooner than anybody else. There's people I've worked with who've gotten pre-approved in a couple of days, and there's people where it's taken years when it's just the process. Everybody's process is different.
No, 100%, man.
Yeah.
I would agree with you, man. And, obviously.
Just create a game plan, yeah.
Yeah, create a game plan. And it really depends on your situation and where you're at. Like you talked about, man, and I was going to ask you, when do you think is the best time to sell? But I guess that's all.
Yeah, it depends on everybody's different. Yeah. The best time to sell and best time to buy, I always sell. It's such a personal question because it's different for everybody. Even in a bad economy or a bad, housing market. Yeah. If you needed a home, it's not a bad time to buy because you need that home. So 100%. For me, I would say don't look at it as when is a good and bad time, but when is the best primal time for you, the prime time for you to buy and sell. Yeah. Obviously you want to buy at a fair rate, and then in this market it's tough. You buy homes that are a little, I don't want to say overpriced because I think we've all been privileged to have affordable housing here. Mm-hmm. But if you talk to people in other major cities, our housing here is cheap. And that's why a lot of locals are kind of getting pushed out.
Hey, that's so true, dude. I just recently talked to one of my boys had moved down here. He's a barber. Shout out to E the Barber. He just moved down here from San Francisco, dude.
Yeah, talk about a crazy market.
A crazy market in California is ridiculous.
I think you get a cardboard box in an alleyway for a price of a house here. It's nuts over there.
That's why they moved over here, man.
Yeah. So I still think we're fortunate. I think a lot of locals are shell shocked, and I'm one of them. I'll look at a price on a listing, like, whoa, they're getting that. That's what they're asking.
Yeah.
But then I remind myself, like, what is somebody in Denver paying for a home? That's and it's probably half the price.
100%, man.
And when they move here, they don't have to deal with the issues that they have in the inner city. Crime rates are low. Education's really good here. I mean, we have access to outdoors. We have clean water, things like that. I mean, there's a lot of reasons people want to move here.
Look at you, man. You're selling me already, man. yeah. Man, I'm trying to sell a house that I don't even have yet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let's sell that house and get you a better house. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's right.
Yeah. And that's why it's a good time to be a seller, because I think the secret's out. Montrose is an awesome community. I think there was a time when people didn't like being here because it was like just so small town. It was that little itty bitty thing. But we've grown in such a positive way, and we've had positive growth that we really are attracting a lot of people. And I really want to thank people like yourselves for bringing social events out here like Car-milia and things like that. I mean, there's a lot of things that I think give positive outputs.
No, I appreciate that, man. But I'm glad you mentioned that, because it is growing, and we're bringing. This is the place to, man. We're surrounded by so many things, man. We're talking about ski resort, about an hour away. We're talking about, a college in Grand Junction.
You're bringing recording studios here.
Exactly, man. Yeah. And, we're bringing positive things. We're bringing events, not just us, but a bunch of people. And I think people are starting to see that, you know?
I agree.
And, it takes great people like yourself, to help us out. You sponsored the podcast, so I appreciate you for
support any way I can, man. You know that. Already down.
Talking about festivals, Car-milia Fest, you sponsored that too, man. So I appreciate you, man, and in doing what you're doing, man. Not only in the business side of things, but also, what you're doing, supporting the community and really helping the community make great decisions on their investments.
Yeah, and that's it for me. Is like, I'm not just a real estate agent. I'm somebody that, if you talk to any of my clients, I genuinely like to help people. Like, they'll ask me questions not even real estate related sometimes, and I'm like digging answers for them, just because I genuinely like helping people. If you're one of my friends or family, like, I got you. I take care of you. I'm going to make sure that you're prime and you don't need anything. And if there's anything that I can help you with, I'm going to make sure you're in the right direction. I'm going to do everything to my ability to help you.
That's right, man. Hit up my boy Andrew Reed from Keller Williams.
Appreciate it.
Where can they find you again, big brother?
You can find me on Facebook, Andrew A.REED. I also have my business page, Andrew A.REED with Keller Williams. You guys can get at me at my cell phone, 970-765-6546. That's probably the best way to reach me for any of your inquiries. Instagram, Facebook, normal social media stuff. So.
Perfect. That's your first mistake. Remember that.
Yeah, if you don't call me, if you want to succeed, you just got to give me a call.
That's right.
I'll lay out the master plan for you.
100%, man. Now, I appreciate you for, putting, and everything will be down below. So you guys go check it out. And
reach out with any questions.
Any questions you have about buying or selling.
Yeah, or just any questions about investing. Even if you're just like, what's a good scenario? Because I help people in other states all the time. So for me,
Word.
Yeah, so if you're thinking like, hey, I don't want to live in Montrose, I'm thinking about moving to, Denver or Florida or Texas or Tennessee, and I want to buy a home, just let me know, and then we can kind of come up with that game plan for you.
Hit up my boy Andrew Reed. God damn it.
Got you covered. I got you covered.
No, that's dope, man. Yeah. I'm going to ask you again. Yep. What's dope in the slope?
Oh, man. So I can't copy the last answer. It's something different. I could say Mother Nature twice, but it just, no.
Yeah, come on.
Man, Colorado, I mean, on the western slope itself, I think it's just let me think. What's something good we have here that...
Put me on a company or some food or something.
A company like that?
Whatever you're thinking of.
Whatever I'm thinking of.
Put you on the spot, man.
I know, that did put me on the spot. I'm about to just say my own company.
That's the whole point of this, man. I got to put you on the spot.
I know. Man, what's dope on the slope? There's so much dope things here. It's hard to pick just one thing. I'm going to have to go with festivals. I mean, I think we do a really good job on doing concerts and festivals. Granted, we have winter, so nobody's going to be doing a festival when it's slow. But I'm excited for spring and summer and fall, because I think we're going to have, not just in Montrose, but Grand Junction, the Cedarage and things like that. Yeah. Festivals are great here. I've recently gotten to riding motorcycles, so I'm going to just hop on a motorcycle. I'll ride it to a festival. Yeah. Yeah.
That's right.
But yeah, so I think we're, first off, we're blessed with outdoors. Second off, we're blessed with a great culture here that really believes in supporting each other, doing festivals, and really bringing the community together. I think that's super impressive, because you don't see that in a lot of places.
No, man, that's dope, man.
Yeah, so thank you for being part of that again. Yeah.
100%. Dude. Yeah. Thank you for being a part of it. God damn it. No, but I appreciate you, man, for talking to us more about the selling side of things. So if you got any more questions, again, hit up my boy Andrew Reed, and he'll get you right.
Awesome. Appreciate it, brother.
Thank you.
plot, yeah. Love is in the plot, yeah. Love it's in the plot, yeah. I just wanna talk, come and kick it, love your energy. Up and I won't stop, we ascend until it's heavenly. Love is in the plot, yeah. Love it's in the plot, yeah. Love is in the plot, yeah. Love it's in the plot, yeah.
Keeping verses fresh like I ziplock the beat. I'm staying on my shit, better watch how you speak. I swear, any